Hey, welcome to June Talks Back. This is the official podcast of the band June Turns Black. I'm Dan, he's Cezar, I play guitar, he plays bass, and we're here in the awesome venue called Quantic in Bucharest for Wacken Metal Battle.
Hurt me. Hard rain. Hard rain. Hard rain. I'm sick of this game. I'm bearing the shame. Hard rain.
We're recording this before we go on stage.
And for the first time, I'm not driving, so maybe I can get a few words in.
Today we're gonna talk about prep for a contest.
I didn't prep for a contest.
So we get like a 20-minute set, and we also have maybe like 15 minutes to for the changeover. And the changeover is basically like getting your stuff on stage, making sure everything is mic'd, doing a bit of a check, maybe doing some guitar noises or something, and just making sure everything is working. So it's pretty tight, but it is kind of the standard if you're gonna play a festival or something like that.
It's like good practice, because it's like a pit stop for Formula One,
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Some people are getting off the stage or getting on stage. Try not to trip over the wires and stuff.
Yeah, and you gotta be quick about it, and you gotta be professional, and we are gonna be playing we're playing 4 songs, right? We're playing.
Sorry, right now my head is like doop 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 doop. Max Verstappen.
Why? What's wrong with you?
I said Formula One.
Oh, okay. I'm sure that's a meme I should know.
Yeah, I mean it's old already, so I guess.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we're playing 4 songs. We Keep What We Love, Brain Dance, Wavebreaker, and Hurt Me. And one of the little tricks that we're going to be using today actually is making sure that our set list is actually kind of shorter than the allotted time, just to make sure that we have enough time to
apologize.
Just to make sure that we have enough time to set up, we leave enough time for the band that's going to play after us.
Yeah.
And we don't go over, because if you take,
that's a no-no.
Yeah, if you take too long to set up or to play your set, you're gonna lose points basically.
You have the part where you actually play your songs and you do your thing, but again, part of the thing is getting on stage and off stage in the allotted time, and making sure you don't go over the amount of time that you have for the entire thing. So again, it's a competition about speed, about precision.
You're gonna do a Formula One joke again.
I am speed. No. It's Lightning McQueen now.
Oh boy. So how are you feeling? What's the vibe? What's your vibe?
I mean, the vibe.
Vibe check.
My vibe is good. Despite the fact that I was very pissed off in the morning, but that's because of traffic and other things. But now I'm confident in what we have to do, because we know what we gotta do. Mm-hmm. We gotta do what we gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. All right, and there's a lot of cool people here.
Yeah, it's a really nice vibe.
Good vibe. Nice vibe.
It's a good vibe. There's a lot of bands. There's a lot of people from the scene, like organizers.
Everybody's getting ready, doing their makeup, preparing their stage clothes. If they have some scene dressing or something.
Yeah, I gotta say, I love the hustle and the bustle, of the sound check, of getting ready for the show, seeing everybody's little rituals, how everybody sort of gets ready to hit the stage and be awesome. One other thing we did to prepare for this set is that we did kind of drills. So we play the 20-minute sets 3 times, 4 times, without breaks, to make sure that the muscle memory is there, and you can sort of play the set and play the songs and not get stage fright or maybe your butterflies.
Yeah, I think one of the things.
There?
Yeah, sorry. One of the things that we don't get to practice too well, or we can't really practice is, the movement on stage, or how you react to the vibe in front of you. The people.
Yeah. That is
the crowd in front of us. So when we're rehearsing, yeah, sure, you play your songs, but you're in a familiar place. You don't get any energy back. You just get.
It's almost like going to the gym. Like you're in your own zone, like in your own headspace. You go, you do the thing, you get back home, and
Yeah.
But being able to sort of manage the energy of the crowd and sort of respond to people and be present in that moment, but not letting it affect your playing. Because that's what I was talking about, muscle memory. Because by drilling basically the set list and practicing so much that you have it in your hands.
He's lying. He's really lying a lot. Like a lot.
There's David. There's Ollie.
Fucking don't.
Say hi.
Hey.
What up?
What up? We were talking about how we were getting ready for the contest here.
What contest?
David is new here. He just got in.
What contest?
This one.
What?
Wacken.
Right. Contest.
Oh, okay. So what I was saying is that
You can
You have
only
to be-
rely. Yeah, you can only rely on your training to for the actual playing the instrument or the music, because that's the only thing you can control in a rehearsal space.
yeah.
I mean, it would
we
be
don't-
nice.
Yeah, would be nice, but you don't you can't pack in, I don't know, 100 people in the rehearsal space. So you gotta be present in the moment. So basically, the way I see it, you gotta
Okay, I'm bored now.
I mean, we
this guy.
we do get some people watching us while we let's say we rehearse with a crowd, which is like our
Like
closest
Ollie,
friends
our
and
drum
Ollie
tech.
here. But that's not really, let's say, the real thing, because either because of like Stockholm syndrome or something, she likes our music, and we don't get to the mixed feedback that you get on stage. Because on stage maybe you'll have people that are vibing with your songs, people that might not be vibing with it,
Yeah.
and you gotta be prepared somehow for that.
Yeah.
Which you cannot do at home.
Yeah. Well, what I wanted to say is that the way I see it, you basically need to break up your brain in two parts, right? There's the part that's gonna just execute the material, right? You're like your hands, just playing the stuff, and then the other half needs to be of your processing power. Basically, needs to be dedicated to working the crowd and with the crowd, right? Because that's an important part. Ollie, what's it like to drum tech for June Turns Back?
I love it, honestly. It's not as stressful as I thought it would be. And it's an experience for me.
Yeah.
Yes, a nice one. So thank you.
Aww. What's your vibe today? How you feeling?
Better than last time.
Okay.
In Brașov or Sibiu, I think it's better playing in your hometown. It's not as stressful as playing, 2 hours or 4 hours away from your home.
You feel more comfortable?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Imagine having to do the drive.
I don't drive. So.
Okay. Okay. What's your favorite song? Do you have a-
Wavebreaker.
Wavebreaker?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay.
And maybe Have You, but it's not on the set list.
No, we're not playing Have You
No,
today. No.
I'm not playing it.
That's we can't play brown notes today.
Okay.
Okay. Ollie has been actually a great help, like drum taking and kind of doing all of anything we kind of need. So thank you, Ollie, for
I'm
that.
trying my best.
You are doing a fantastic job and you're a
Thank you.
huge help.
Thank you.
Dig us on.
Huh? I was gonna say that the last time we met, we were discussing about the contest, and we were about to enter the Wacken Metal Battle.
Wacken Metal Battle.
Which apparently is related to cattle or something, because there's like a bull on the logo.
Yeah, but I think that's something to do with the actual village where Wacken is being held.
And probably that village was,
It's a small village.
into cattle. Maybe they like burgers. I don't know.
We're into cattle. Okay.
Anyway,
But yeah, so this is basically the continuation of
Our last
as per our last podcast.
So
Or rather, half of the podcast, because we're gonna stitch them together. But basically, we were about to play Wacken Metal Battle Romania, and we had another contest.
let's
local
talk
one.
come on, let's talk about Wacken. What happened at Wacken?
Well,
So we played, we shot our shot. We didn't win.
yeah, but it was a great experience.
Yeah.
Like, it was very awesome to play. You know, we played a pretty big club here in Bucharest called Pontic, and we had all the bands were really fantastic that night. And
We had a chance to meet other bands and our friends from other bands.
yeah,
Some of them spread out throughout the country, so that's not an easy feat to get us all in one place.
no, but it was a happy feat.
God, take him. Take my wife, my work wife. Anyway, so yeah, we played Wacken.
Yeah.
We didn't get to win, but again, it was a great experience, and at least coming back to Pontic after playing the Artmania
Showcase,
Showcase,
Artmania contest, showcase thing. Yeah.
we had at least I kind of saw the growth, because you do basically the same gig with almost the same set list, almost the same public, and then you see what's different. And what was different was us, and the of course, big up to the organizers, but what was different about us was a growth, you know, like more experience. We were more confident. We had more. We knew what we were doing because we've been there before.
Why do I have a hair?
You have hair everywhere. I have your hair in my car, on my.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew, brother, ew. A huge change, at least for me, was that I wasn't as nervous as the first time. So when we played,
A huge change for you was that you didn't forget to unmute your guitar when you started playing. We're going for that one. At least now people heard you play the intro of the first song, which you also start. We started with We
What?
Kill, right?
no, no, what happened for like at the Artmania Showcase?
No.
last year?
At Wacken, we started with We Kill.
We started with We Killed, but that's not where I started the song Muted. I started the song Muted.
know.
Oh my God. Heard me.
What I meant was, if you were to remain muted this time, it would have really, really sucked, because this time you really start the song, and it was like cries in mute guitar. So that's what I meant.
Okay. Yeah, so that didn't happen, but also like I was less nervous this time around. So like when we had our first contest, it was our third gig ever, and I was so nervous. Like I could feel the pressure, and like the judges watching. And
Stop judging me.
no, but it was like the weight of the realization that if we won, then it would be a huge opportunity for us. And that weight crushed me like the first time. This time when we played the Wacken Metal Battle and the Constelatii Rock, so like these two contests we had in May, I was a lot more relaxed. I was like, I'm gonna do my best, I'm gonna play the show, we're gonna be awesome, it's gonna be fine.
Although the pressure was the same, or maybe even higher, at least for Wacken. The prize,
I mean, yeah.
it is Wacken.
I mean, it's Wacken.
We like to say Wacken.
Wacken.
That's why we were not invited to Wacken,
Because we couldn't stop saying Wacken.
Anyway, so that was the contest which
Yeah.
I just mentioned.
Yeah. But the second one we had was in a town happened in a town here called Drămnicu Vâlcea. And basically it's like a national contest. And we again played our set. We shot our shot. and we actually won this time.
To everybody's surprise.
Honestly, a little bit. We won second place as a band, and Rage won best singer.
And I did not get the prize for the sexiest bass player, but I am gonna win it the next time.
You'll always have that prize in my heart.
Well, it doesn't. I don't know. I got
But am I not enough for you, Cezar, anymore?
I already got you. I need more. We need to see other people.
That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
But,
So Constelatii, yeah.
Yeah, so that was awesome. We actually played on a Friday, and then we hung around for the Saturday to see all the other bands as well. And again, like, there's a lot of talented bands out there.
Also had a chance to meet our friends.
Yeah, which was awesome. And when it was like, I think 1 a.m. or something on a Sunday, so like we were hanging out for the entirety of Saturday and for Saturday night, and I think the prizes were at 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. or something Saturday, just Sunday. And they first announced Rage winning best singer, like, and she was gone. She was like, she didn't understand what was happening. Like, we were saying, come on, go on stage, go on stage, go on stage. And she went, and the rest of us, like us and our crew,
We went full monkey.
yeah, went, ho, 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 ho. And she took the prize, and she could barely speak, and she said, thank you so much. I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Imagine,
She was like what I like to call awkward butter.
yeah, imagine her on stage playing the songs. Be like,
Yeah.
I mean, extremely loud.
Yeah.
And you would expect that same persona to come on stage and receive the prize for that performance, and they'd be like, and I'd like to thank.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, people don't realize how soft-spoken and chill Rage actually is. She's a beast on stage, but then off stage she's like, yes, thank you.
can I go now?
Can I go now?
I don't like all these people looking at me.
Exactly.
If you're seeing this, Rich, we're not making fun of you. We love you, and don't hurt us.
Yeah.
And then came the time to when the announcements came for the.
Yeah, they announced like the band that took third place. We were cheering everybody on. It was nice, and then one of
Second place, June turns one.
Yeah, but it was like, do you remember? Because there was also like a lead up to that. There was like one of the judges said that before I give out this prize, I want to say that go to concerts, support your local artists, because tomorrow they'll be charging basically like $100 for a ticket or something like that, and they'll be huge. And it's important that you go see them now whenever you can.
Yeah, I used to listen to June turns black before it was cool.
Yeah, exactly, basically, kind of like that. And then he announced us, and it was shock.
Yep, he was totally blocked.
Yeah.
I took him like a princess by hand, and I dragged him on stage.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, where are you taking me?
Where am I going?"
I saw him again when we got up on stage. I saw him again frozen, and I really wanted him to speak. I didn't want Rage to speak, or I didn't want me to speak. Yeah, I'm the bass player. Who wants to hear that? And Rage we've established. Can I go now? Thank you. And then it was normal for Dan to speak, but he was still in shock. So I said, okay, let's do a tiny little joke to break the ice. And I was kind of nervous myself because I kind of fudged it in at the end. But the joke was that. Hey, I don't know what to do here on stage. I usually just play or gather the equipment. So let this guy speak for me. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I started speaking, and I started crying because what happened was, so I'm a pretty emotional guy, and basically what happened was that when they announced us winning second place, I had this movie happening in my brain where I could see all of the work and all of the effort that you guys put in, that the crew puts in to this band, and I could just feel like I was just so happy for everyone in the band and like everyone in the crew, and I couldn't believe that people were sort of appreciating the efforts that everyone was doing, and I was kind of.
So you had like in your head, you had like a montage of us doing stuff for the band. Montage was a montage.
Yeah, exactly. And I got really, really, really emotional. Like for the rest of the night, every time I thought about it, I started tearing up. So, yeah. But that happened.
So yeah, that happened, and we were like, I mean, first thing we did when we got out of there, what we did?
We had some shots.
We had some shots.
I mean, it was your idea, right?
Of course.
There we go.
I mean, my brother was driving, so
yeah, we all like the band and like the crew, like the whole
family.
The whole family that was there. His family. We had some shots. And then we had to load up the gear and we had to leave. So this is Wendy's.
And I would like to give a shout out to Contractor.
Yeah,
he's our friend from Râmnicu Vâlcea.
Yes.
Also an artist. You should check him out.
Yes.
Links in the description.
Oh no, I have to not forget to put in the links in the description, right?
I'll remember. I'll remember
you.
But he was a volunteer for the gig, and he was the one who insisted for us to, join the contest. Guys, have you joined the contest? Have you filled out the application yet? Have you done it? Have you done it? Have you done it?
Have you met it?
The voices in his head telling us.
But yeah. So thanks for that contract, Torrin. That was nice of you.
I know he's watching this, so rock on, dude.
And yeah. So what have we learned from these two contests? Number one,
prepare for expect the unexpected, as in winning.
I think maybe just be less nervous overall. Like just play it like it's your show, like it's just another club show. Just give it your best, and have fun doing it. Somebody just pulled in front of Cezar. He's trying really, really hard to not swear his head off right now.
Yeah. So yeah, what else have we learned from playing this contest?
So we've learned that we have to not be nervous. We have to play as if it's our show and it's a club show, and we need to have fun doing it. We need to be very, very. We've learned actually to set up and tear down very, very quickly.
Yep.
Because it's super important. Like you don't have a lot of time. You have maybe like 10 minutes to get your stuff on stage or off stage, and then you have to play. And I think we've learned that you don't need to cram in as many songs as possible in those 20 minutes. You need to make sure that there's enough space and enough breathing room for the songs to shine,
and that the songs that you do pick are like the best that you can pick if you have, and placed in the correct order, because you need to keep the energy up and so on and so forth.
Yeah, because for example, in our set we have We Kill What We Love, which ramps up, gets super exciting. Then we have Brain Dance, so keeping the energy up. Then we have Wave Breaker, which is this whole emotional release, and then back up to Hurt Me to finish on a high note
with a proper farewell.
Exactly.
Yeah. And also we've learned that for these kind of contests, you need to have like a second driver so you can drink shots.
On a more serious note, I think it's important that you use these. I think it's important that we use these contests as like to their fullest potential to network. One thing that was really helpful when we played the Artmania contest last year, and the same when we played Wacken Metal Battle and Constelatii Rock this year, was that we really took the time, to meet everybody, to talk with everyone, to really form some connections and some friendships with the people in our scene. So, if you're a young band out there, if you're starting out, if you're going to these Battle of the Bands type things, talk to everyone. Don't just sit in a corner and be weird.
Who, me?
No, not you.
No.
I was talking about you.
Okay, I'm not weird in a corner, I'm weird everywhere.
Exactly.
So yeah, basically, whatever happens with the contest, you win, you lose, you still win.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
by going there, just by meeting those people, just by making an impression on someone who probably, I don't know, you haven't won this time, but will definitely keep you in mind for another opportunity, either another contest or maybe a gig or maybe a festival. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's
And content, make content, a lot of fun.
yeah, exactly. And I think it's important that we take any opportunity like this, and we go to contests and we go to showcases. Even though maybe on paper it's not like the best investment because you have costs, and some of these contests don't really cover your costs, either for crew or gas or whatever, or accommodations or whatever. But theoretically, if you use this opportunity to its max potential, yeah, you get other benefits later down the line.
Yeah.
In a actual pretty real manner, which really was interesting for us as well, because like we, out of 3 contests, we won only 1, and for the other 2 we didn't win.
Yeah, but you also have things like, and I'm using this opportunity to say the word again. When we went to Wacken, there were also members of bands from outside of Romania.
Yeah.
They were there watching us, and we formed a connection, or at least they formed an opinion about us. Some say a good one.
Exactly. And especially for these competitions that have an international jury. I mean, people from all around the world who judge these competitions, you basically get in front of these people, right? Who maybe know somebody, maybe they like you, maybe they take a shining to you. Take a shine to you, not a shining. If they take a shining to you, they're gonna come with an axe. But if they take a shine to you, then they might like you, and then you never know what can happen from that, what opportunities can arise.
And it's publicity. I mean, Wacken was broadcasted live.
Yeah.
To people watching it to know who's coming to Wacken. So from all over the world.
Exactly. And there was quite a bit of press as well about this, like even internationally and locally.
Yeah.
So that was, and it's free real estate. I mean, people, you get your name out there. People know, they keep hearing about you, and the more people hear about you, your project, your band, your whatever, the more likely it is that they will check you out in the future, and then they might like you.
And if you don't succeed, try again.
Okay, so that was our episode on contests. You got to see the before, you got to see the after. We talked a little bit about how we prepare for these contests. You got to meet Ollie, our drum tech, and you got to see some of the things that we learned from that. So thank you so much for watching or listening to this podcast. Cezar wants to say something to sign us off.
Yeah. You also got to hear our pronunciation of
Wacken. I'm Dan, he's Cezar. We play in June Turns Black. Much love. Wacken! Du-te, că l-opresc eu, lasă.
A oprit.
Nu l-ai oprit, e corect.